Okay, so that's a bit on the technology. I believe it will simplify the back end, allowing one automation platform, ultimately, the racks, to replace many different workflows at Ginkgo and work cells. And now I want to talk about the front end and how we engage with customers when we sell those cell programs. All right, so this is a slide I showed you earlier. And as I mentioned, customers are choosing to use Ginkgo rather than their internal infrastructure when they think they need large amounts of data. However, as part of the business model, we've also asked for a few things customers don't love. You can see these up here. We have Ginkgo scientists run the projects. We have scientific control over the experimental design. Number two, we have IP rights. Ginkgo can reuse the data generated in our code and keep it in our code base. And by the way, that is valuable to Ginkgo. Like, don't get me wrong, us being able to reuse that is valuable. It helps us with future deals, but customers really don't like it. I'll talk about that. And then finally, downstream value share. We get milestones or royalties on your future product sales. And now look, I designed a lot of these service terms, right? Like, I was responsible for our business model at Ginkgo, and I battle tested. I'm out there talking to customers every week, and it varies a little by market. So like, for example, in biopharma, there's a lot more tolerance for milestones and royalties, right? If you're doing a strategic deal with a customer, many deals are done like that. In industrial biotech, like in the chemical industry, where margins are much lower, they hate them. Okay, right? So again, one size fits all there, not a great idea. And then second, in biopharma, there's much more sensitivity to IP. So given how much it makes up the competitive moats around a drug. So they have a lot of sensitivity to, oh, wait a second, Jason, you're going to reuse some of this data that I'm paying for to potentially bring to a customer. That creates resistance in deals. So when you see us adding all these programs, know that we're fighting through that resistance with customers to get them done. And we felt that was important. And I think in the context of where we are today and the rate of revenue I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from customers, right? Like, we should change it. And so we're going to stop fighting customers on these things, update our terms to give customer IP reuse rights, and in many cases not include downstream value share. There'll be some exceptions where we are bringing a lot of product relevant background IP. We do have that, but by and large, remove that downstream value share. And our hope is this will speed deal making as we spend huge amounts of time negotiating these IP terms. It also allows us to scale the number of deals we do without needing to scale legal and financial resources due to reduced deal complexity. Okay, so beyond the issue of IP rights and DVS, customers sometimes have a problem also giving up scientific control of their experiments. And so you'll see us working on simplifying that too. In other words, they might say, yeah, I love all the data you can generate, Jason, but like, I really trust my own scientist and their expertise around this particular problem. I just wish they could use your infrastructure. And so we announced just at Ginkgo Ferment in April, lab data as a service, which is exactly this. The key idea is that a customer scientist can design the experiments and analyze the data, but they have Ginkgo's infrastructure, again, remember all those racks, available to them to quickly generate large data sets that they wouldn't be able to do with their in-house research team. They might still use that team for other problems that favor small batch, manual, rapid work. Again, I think that is actually a valuable piece of the puzzle internal to our customers. But if it's a large data generation need, they can just order it. And this will be the best of both worlds for many customers. Now, there's a subtlety here that took me actually a while to understand, even though I'm at the coalface with customers all the time. When we sell our usual process, where a Ginkgo scientist is in control, that's really sold to the customer like as a strategic deal over often a couple years, and it's coming out of a special budget, sort of kind of sold up through corp dev that funds that kind of work, these kind of research partnerships. And we actually do a ton of those deals, right? And I think we've scaled that kind of deal making more than almost anyone in biotechnology today. But there's this whole other big budget, often billions of dollars at pharma companies, that is the everyday R&D budgets at the biotech company that's in the hands of internal scientists at various levels. And with lab data as a service, we can sell smaller deals directly into those scientists. This is both a big new market for us and is also a great mission fit for Ginkgo. Our goal has always been to make biology easier to engineer, but thus far that's been limited to Ginkgo scientists. By allowing our customer scientists to access the foundry directly, we're making it easier to engineer for them too, and that's really important to me. It's really important to the team. And if you watch my talk at Ginkgo Ferment, I spent a fair bit of time on that. Finally, I want to mention we think we can really be the picks and shovels to all the folks that are inventing amazing new AI models in biotechnology. What we are hearing again and again, there's many new startups getting funded, large, big funding rounds. Most of the large biopharmas have now a person in charge of AI strategy. And what we hear from these people again and again is that data is the missing piece for building new and better models in biology. Okay. And again, we had huge, large English language data sets and things like that to train AI models for English language or videos or images. In biology, the missing piece is actually the data. And so our lab data as a service is exactly the right offering for these. We can generate large multimodal data sets, and we expect to do business here with customers wanting to access both our automation scale and our expertise, like I said earlier, in conducting large pooled assays.